Hello, welcome to Beyond the Blueprints. I'm your host, Jason Smith. Today, we are joined by Ian McPeeters at Beeson Hardware. We're in their amazing showroom over here for plumbing, and we're going to walk through the bath section today and talk about what's going on, what's trending, what's new, what you're going to look for, and we got some interesting little tidbits that Ian's going to share with us. But if you haven't watched our podcast before, we travel all across the Triad. We interview industry professionals, and we talk about all things new construction. So please check these podcasts out. We have some really good ones that are already done, and we got some new ones coming up. So Ian, let's start with the tubs first.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about what you got here.
Yeah, absolutely. So kind of to start, one of the main trends that we've been seeing, and it's been going on since the mid-2000s, but the tub shower combo for the master bathroom is kind of out. People are wanting an independent shower that has features and then kind of a bathing tub separate. So your freestanding tubs have kind of really had a foothold recently. But then a little more to that, people kind of want an elevated bathing experience. So that's where companies like this one, Bain Ultra, you've got Americh, you've got Hydro Systems, a lot of them have different additions and features that you can add to a tub to kind of improve that.
Okay.
One right here that we can kind of see really easily, you can see a whole bunch of holes at the bottom of this tub. Mm-hmm. A lot of people are really familiar with a jetted tub where it recirculates your water. Those are kind of out. They get kind of dirty, people get tired of maintaining them. So they've come up with hot air injected. Gets you a better experience, a better massage, but it's hot air being injected, not water. So the system kind of always stays clean. It's more relaxing there because it's not, finding one place or another on your body. Mm-hmm. So that's been one of the main bumps recently. But then you also can kind of get, your chromotherapy, which is lights, choose your mood, relax at the end of the day, choose blue. If you want to pump up before the beginning of the day, choose your red. Your aromatherapy as well. A lot of these systems can come with essential oil diffusers just to kind of help relax you as well.
Well, tell us, we were talking a little bit off camera about skin therapy. Mm-hmm. For folks that maybe have psoriasis or eczema. Yep. Or things of that nature. I thought that was very interesting. Talk about that.
So one of the things about this air injection technology is it gets the water a little more finer for bathing. We've got one company, Jason, that has a micro silk.
Good name.
Pumped through a hand shower. What that micro silk does is it injects it with micro bubbles so that the water is a little more fine and is able to kind of penetrate people who have those skin issues. It's able to get under the skin and properly hydrate and properly loosen up the things that it needs to. Okay. So they're called therapies for a reason. They actually help quite a bit.
Okay. Now, we were also talking a little bit, and I'm not sure, but as far as controlling the temperature of the water and things, I know people like to get in the bathtub, but then 5 minutes in, you're like, oh my God, the water's cold, or whatever. Are there things to control that nowadays too as well?
Okay. We've got a company called Hydro System. They've got a little pump. You hook it along in your bathtub when you're setting the bathtub in. But it'll keep the water, it won't increase the water temperature, but it'll keep the water whatever temperature that you set it at.
Yeah.
If you want that kind of extended bathing experience, we've got brands that can help with that too.
Okay. Well, let's walk over here to the wall.
Yeah.
And let's talk about these fixtures. So we were just talking off camera as well about this. Tell us a little bit about this brand and why it's actually unique. And this is going to be a luxury kind of finished product, right?
Yep, okay. Absolutely. So this is Dornbrock. I'd say this is our #1 brand, price-wise and quality-wise. Okay. Dornbrock is all manufactured in Germany and shipped over. What kind of makes Dornbrock very special and kind of unique is their use of precious metals kind of throughout their fixture, which contributes to that price point. So you kind of can see your chrome fixtures, your nickel-looking fixtures, which are actually their platinum. These items have full chrome construction with brass valves or full platinum construction. You can also get kind of your brass tones, which are your 23 karat gold or your 22 karat gold as well, just kind of depending on what tone you want. So quality and opulence, this brand is very high on that rank.
Now, if you walk in a box store, we were chatting about this earlier. If you walk in a box store and you see Durabrass 23 karat gold, or I'm just using that as an example. Here, that's actually that.
Yep.
Talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, so a lot of faucet companies use PVD, and we even have faucet companies here that use PVD. It's physical vapor, adhesion of a metal or a finish to a brass finish. So a lot of times you're just getting a plating on the fixture that you're getting. Here you're getting a full construction of whatever precious metal. So yes, that Durabrass is actually a 23 karat brass tone, but it's gold. Yes.
Okay, awesome. Well, let's head over. We're going to head over to the toilets and talk about what's the latest and greatest. I guess we'll start here. This is probably more your traditional, what you see more of.
Yep, absolutely. So you've got, when it comes to toilets, you've got a couple different styles if you really want to stay in your porcelain area. We're a Toto distributor here, one of the largest on the East Coast, so we have a lot of Toto on display. So you've got toilets like this, which are a one-piece. You've got one giant piece of porcelain, very easy to clean and maintain. Then you've got over on that other end, you've got a two-piece toilet where your tank and your bowl are two separate pieces. However, that one's skirted, so you can't see your trapway, you can't see the snake down there. So toilets can get a little customizable depending on what you want. Toto's very unique in that pretty much every single one of their toilets comes with a tornado flush option. You can see your water outlet isn't the traditional holes around the side.
Yeah.
It comes and forces the waste down the trapway. Uses less water, but also really does get rid of anything in the bowl.
Nice.
And that's if you want to keep kind of a traditional toilet experience. You can always go for an upgrade, which we recommend if you're going for a full bathroom renovation. You can keep the toilet, but go for a washlet.
Okay.
So if we step on this side, you've got a powered bidet washlet. So it does plug in and hooks into the water supply.
Okay.
This specific one is an automatic opening. So you come up to your toilet, the lid will automatically open. If you have it programmed, so will the seat automatically open. But it's a bidet function, so if you use it...
Guys, I'm going in, but I'm just going to pull something out.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
I found something in the toilet. Tell us about this, Ian.
So that's not your TV remote.
Okay,
that's
good.
That's the actual remote for the bidet seat itself. So you can kind of see all your different functions, including air dry. You've got a heated seat function so that your seat's actually warm. It's not that shocking cold that you always get, sometimes on a winter morning. You can see at the bottom there, you've got two presets. So if you and someone else who you share your toilet with, have two different settings or two different comfort levels, you can set that as well.
There you go. I thought somebody had a bad night here.
But they come extremely customizable.
Very neat.
The next step up from this, Toto's really known for kind of their Japanese toilets, their Neo-Rest styles. They're an all-in-one. But that's what we have kind of over here. And they are touted, and they truly are, as kind of the peak toilet that you can get. So they contain all of the same features. They even have their own remote. They contain all of the same features that your washlet does on your traditional toilet with a little extra. So these toilets will clean themselves. They'll electrocute their own water and sanitize it and use that to spray the bowl down. They'll pre-mist, they've got sensors. A lot of these you can even have certain connectivities and certain adjustments.
Are these bidets as well built into this, something like this, or is that separate?
Yeah, yep, so these are all in one. So you can kind of see your bowl and your back unit are two different pieces. There's no extra tank.
And when hooked up, most of these, as you walk up the lids and all come, okay.
Yep, absolutely. Yep.
Yeah.
And kind of depending on the features that you want, if you want, your heated seat feature along with your air feature, along with your toilet cleaning feature, definitely your price goes up and you can get very expensive, but there's also entry-level versions if you want that same experience.
Mm-hmm. Talk about, from this line, as you move all the way down, Talk about pricing, because
Yeah.
this is interesting to me.
Yeah.
You know, where does something like this start, and where does that end?
Definitely. So you have more of your LS and your AS versions, which will be on the more entry level side of things. They'll be more in your $2,000 to $3,000 range. You keep in mind you're getting all those technologies, and then we'll kind of step up to your middle unit, where you'll get more in your $4,000 to $6,000 range, kind of depending on what you want. And then the same right next to it as well. That's one of Toto's newer ones. You can kind of choose the color that you see of the trim around it. That'll get a little higher in your kind of 7 to 8. And then you can get the Cadillac of the Experience.
You won't believe this, by the way.
You can get the Cadillac of the Experience, where you can get to your $20,000 to $25,000 range. So quite a jump.
That's some serious. That's for the serious bathroom experience right there. If you're going to be on your cell phone or in there for a while, you might consider that. Anything else we want to talk about in these the bathroom section? Anything else that you want to touch on from here?
Yeah, definitely. And
what's coming? What else is coming? I mean, I don't know what else a toilet could possibly do. They're heated, right?
Yep.
What else can be coming that's newer and greater and better than what's already here?
Yeah, so a lot of times you see, especially at a lot of these shows, someone will come out with like a foot wave if you want to flush a toilet so that your hands don't get involved at all. Kind of with Toto, the push is not necessarily what's new, but kind of what we can get everybody on board with. And that, if you're doing that bathroom renovation, you've got different washlet combinations that you can add as a bump to kind of the toilet that you might already have to just improve your bathroom experience. So, where other companies, Toto's really the forefront of a lot of this washlet and NeoRest technology, and a lot of other companies are catching up or trying to catch up and copying. Toto's really kind of stable and just trying to make sure everybody can have the best experience in the bathroom.
Yeah. All right, we are now over here by Mr. Steam. If you're interested in the full experience here, Ian's going to talk to us a little bit about the steam shower or the steam sauna trend. And so tell us a little bit about Mr. Steam.
Absolutely. So Mr. Steam is one of kind of your leading manufacturers of your steam showers. You've got them as well as Thermosol, who are just really, really well known for installing, manufacturing steam showers and saunas, so that customers, especially these days, come home from working out. They don't necessarily want to stay at the gym, sit in the sauna there. They can have those available on hand at home whenever they want. The good thing about Mr. Steam is, these days especially, your steam shower can get pretty customizable. People are building larger and larger shower rooms. So, the addition of steam is really, really common these days, and it doesn't matter as long as you have an enclosed space. We have a little calculator and a little graph to kind of figure out, how big of a steam generator you need, where your outlets are going to go, what type of outlets that you need. And then even from there, you've got items such as this, where if you're spending a significant amount of time in your steam room, you can Amazon shop, you can watch your YouTube videos, you can do all sorts of stuff, play your music. You can, make it an experience for yourself.
What does something like this run a customer? Yeah,
so we generally find, your regular, your regular 8 by 6, 8 tall, 6 square. You're going to be looking at your 7 to 10, just depending. Okay. But recent studies, especially with house sales, show that steam adds a specific or a certain amount on top of what you can sell your house for. Like, people are really searching for steam. Yeah, there. Absolutely. So, you might invest X amount into it. If you're looking to sell your house, you'll probably get that back, if not more, on a sale.
All right. On a more practical note, I found this wandering around the showroom. It is a standalone towel warmer. It plugs in. You can buy this. This will go in any bathroom. And Ian was also telling me earlier that it puts off a lot of heat, so some people even can use it as a space heater. Not that I would recommend or saying that, but just
it's not rated for that.
Just to put in perspective, the heat that it puts off. So if you are interested in something like that to add, an element to your bath experience, this is certainly something that's pretty cool.
Yeah, and we even tell customers, because they have all sorts different styles, shapes. You can even make art pieces out of towel warmers and really integrate that into your bathroom. But we tell people, and it's really true, your towel sits wet on a normal towel bar that really, contributes to, mold, mildew buildup. You're sitting there, you're using that towel the next day. It can get pretty icky. So your heated towel bars really, really help in keeping your towel fresh, sanitary, and just extending the lifetime of, your towel and keeping you healthy.
Well, we're over here now at the vessel sinks. We're going to talk about why these are trending and what people are looking for now. And tell us about the different materials.
Yeah.
This is very interesting.
Yeah, absolutely. So more and more recently, I'd say in the past couple of years, we're seeing customers really want to be unique in the bathroom. They've got a powder room, they want to make a statement for when their guests come over. Or they're tired of the bathroom that they've had and they want to renovate to make something really exciting. So that's where people kind of go for custom vessel sinks, or even like your natural wood vanities as a little different statement. So we've got companies, we've got Native Trails, Stone Forest, and a few others that can get you items like ceramic but mother of pearl finished. So every single one is unique. Or even like your concrete basin. So you've got your polished concrete that you can get in different colors as well. All of these, they always come with the disclaimer. The one that you see here isn't the one that you're going to get. Every single one is custom made. So, it kind of adds to that uniqueness along with that.
What's pricing on something like this look
Yeah,
like?
so it just depends on what you want. Your regular undermount sink, people always say, I can get that for $150. We've got $150 range in this as well if you want to add some statement. But if you want to get a little more, custom there, you can go, $1.5 up to $3,000, just depending.
And I know sometimes, and it's not featured here, but I see it right here. But a lot of people do the copper finish in these, and I've seen that plenty of times before.
You can get your coppered, you can get it hammered. A lot of people really like that look, the weathered look in the bathroom as well. So yeah, you can get your metal sinks as well.
Nice. All right, cool. Well, if you're in the market for a new home, a luxury home, if you're remodeling, there is so much to think about and choose from. It is the days of just going and picking out a tub and a toilet. There's so much more that goes into this nowadays. I mean, the features, it's fascinating, and where we're headed, who knows, but very cool stuff. Ian, thank you for joining us. We appreciate it. And if you have any questions or want to talk to Ian, he's down here at Beeson Hardware. Give him a call. Also, check our podcast out. Visit Triad New Home Guide, and anywhere on all platforms you can download this podcast. Thank you.
Thank you.